In this video, we're going to learn how to factor trinomials when a is greater than 1. So that means that now we have ax squared plus bx plus c. We're going to actually have a number here that's not 1. And there's a couple different ways to do this. I'm going to teach you the way that uses the grouping method. So if you have not watched the grouping video, you probably should go ahead and do that if you don't know how to factor by grouping. It's the one that's posted right before this. So this will be our first example. Okay, and you'll see we have a trinomial, 1, 2, 3 terms, and a is not 1. If it had looked like this, okay, where it was just 1x squared, then you would factor using the method that we've talked about before. But in this video, we're going to learn how to do it when there's a 2 there. Now, the very first thing you have to do is you have to multiply a times c together. Okay? Now, what you get when you have that is you have 2 times 9, and you get 18. Okay, so you first have to find a times c. Now, I'm going to find my factors of 18 just like I did before. And my factors of 18 are 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6, and that's it. Okay? So, once you get all your factors, it's the same thing as before. You have to find the factors here that combine or add or subtract to give you b. Okay? The only difference here before when a equaled 1 is now you're saying 2 times 9, you're saying a times c to get your actual factor sets. So, if you notice, you have 6, okay, and you can say 6 minus 3 is equal to 3. Okay, so you have positive 6 minus 3 is equal to positive 3. Make sure you check your signs. So what that tells you to do, and this is where it starts to get different from the previous way, is now I'm going to rewrite my first term, 2x squared, and this right here I'm going to write as plus 6x. So I'm just expanding this out a little bit. So I have positive 6x, that's a minus 3. I'm going to say that's minus 3x. And then I have minus 9. So I just rewrite this in term, I rewrite the first term, and the factors that combine to give me b now are coefficients of x. So now we have 4 terms, okay? And from this part right here, you factor by grouping. And it's exactly the same thing that we did in the last video. So you check the middle sign. You want to make sure that it's positive, so now I have negative 3x. You group the first 2 terms, second 2 terms. Now it's grouping, and I'm going to go a little faster, so I'm not going to explain every single grouping step. If you need help with that, make sure that you watch the other video. Remember that since this is a negative, I'm going to factor out a negative 3. That's x plus 3. And then I finish out factoring by grouping. And that's my answer. Now, it is very important in this example, in this method, that you check. So, if you have x times x, that gives you 2x squared. X times negative 3, negative 3x. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times negative 3 is 9, minus 9. You can combine your middle terms. Okay, 2x squared plus 3x minus 9. It's exactly what you started with, so you know for sure that that answer is correct. Make sure you check when you use this method.